Well, hello folks, welcome back to the channel, welcome to this ATS career mode save. We're currently sitting in Ardmore in Oklahoma and we're heading to Louisiana, and the Louisiana DLC is out. We picked it up and we're going to be driving down there and having our first look around it today. It's a bit of a journey to get there. We're going to the town, I'm going to have to read this because it's impossible to say, Natchitoches. Natchitoches? Let's have a look on the map and I'll see if I can do a better pronunciation. It's not an easy one. Natchitoches. Let me know how to pronounce that, please, in the comments. And we're going to be coming down into Texas through Dallas, excitingly, and then we head east and we come over the border to Shreveport, and then down south, and so we will spend a little bit of time in Louisiana enjoying the sights, but we also get a bit of Texas in there as well as the start of the journey being in Oklahoma. Very exciting. Let's dive back in the truck, and so we have yet another delivery of ethane. Interestingly, I did actually go to the bank. We got a loan. You can see you got £87,000 loan. It's the biggest loan that we could get. Problem is, yes, we can buy a truck, but we can't buy anything else because everything else seems to be incredibly expensive, more expensive than I remembered. So I don't know whether the real economy mod affects the prices of like garages as well and upgrades, because the upgrade to our garage was £300,000, which we just cannot afford. Whatever I do, we can't afford. So I need to work out whether just buying a garage is going to be infinitely cheaper. So we're coming out of this here refinery, and we had a little I was sort of wondering about what this is, sort of this BP refinery. And thank you very much, Megatron Decepticon, who let us know about this in the comments. He said a few things in the comments, but this one is very relevant to what we're looking at right now. It is the Valero Ardmore Refinery. It is not a natural gas refinery. I thought what we could see was them pumping natural gas out of the ground, but no. This is a refinery for crude oil, and then they'll generate diesel and petrol from that. Jesus. Oh, I saw them out the corner of my eye, and I thought we were in for it, but we got away with it, folks. Yeah, so we've yeah, there is also another massive refinery on the I-44 between Oklahoma and Tulsa, which is apparently, it's not a city location, but you can pick it up. So when we come back to Oklahoma, we'll absolutely go and have a look at that, if I remember to do that. If I'm forgetting these things, leave them in the comments, folks. Leave them in the comments so I know what I've agreed to do when I haven't agreed to do. Awesome. It is a lovely day. We've got our ethane on the back, or ethane. Difference. It's a double bond, I think, different between the two. Yeah. So we didn't actually show you what we're actually going to do slightly more carefully. So we're going to be coming south into Dallas. There is a couple of 2 or 3 things to look at in Dallas. I don't know whether maybe it's like a American football stadium, but I know there are some quite famous landmarks there. Not that I know any of them are, but I can't see anything else along the way that we can potentially pick up. Anyway, folks, I am going to go away for a bit, and I'm going to do a little bit of a time lapse because I think you want to see this first bit in all its glory. We'll probably have a bit of a sleep. It's 12:24 p.m. at the minute, but by the time we actually get where we're going, it's going to be, what is it, 7:30, so I'm not sure. Whilst we can stay awake for that sort of length of time, I don't think it's going to be light. It seems to be the time of that light sort of, it goes dark. I'm trying to speak here. In this game is very different to the one in ETS2. It feels it goes dark a lot later there, which is interesting. But yeah, 404 miles we've got, 6 hours 58. See you in a little bit once we have. Is that That's the left turn there. Yeah, yeah. See you in a little bit once we have made our way a little bit further south. Right, folks, we are now into Texas now, and we're just driving past the Dallas area. You can see on our right we have what looks like some sort of stadium, maybe. Yeah, it does look like a stadium. Not sure quite what that is, or is it a stadium or just a fancy looking roof? I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, so yeah, this should be quite impressive, because I think the Dallas skyline is one of those that's kind of quite. Here we go. Yeah, quite a famous one that's kind of recognisable above many other US skylines. And I think what they do in this game quite nicely is the skyline. So a lot of these places, so it's probably that we're looking at. Let's have a look. The Dallas skyline. Yeah, so no surprises there. One of the things I have noted, and we might have had this conversation previously, is that in these trucks, we don't have this in ETS2, there appears to be a restriction on speed. So we can go as far as fast as, well, some fancy bridge on the right there, as fast as 65 miles an hour. That's all we got. Anything beyond that is apparently too much for us to worry about. We are slightly over. Let's come out of this truck. I do want to kind of make the most of this skyline. I'm going to straddle a couple of lanes here. Look at this. It's very cool. Very, very cool. So we're going to be going... Oh, no, going this way, Jesus. I've got to say, the junctions here are insane. Is it because Dallas is, I mean, I think it's one of the more populous cities in the US, isn't it? And that's probably why we've got so many junctions going on here. But bloody hell, it's absolutely crazy. Imagine this, full of cars. If you don't really know what you're doing, you'll be all over the place. And I imagine no one drives particularly kindly here. They're not going to allow you to make some error, are they? Some clerical error with your driving. I did like that. I thought Dallas was quite gorgeous, so I'm very happy to have picked that one up. But we will be coming back here to deliver something to Dallas, and we'll take something out of it, but just not yet. We've got bigger fish to fry at the minute. And those fish, well, they are Louisiana fish, folks. Right. And we're not that far. We're not that far from the border, folks. Not that far at all. So, before we head off to do another little time lapse, I do want to talk about the event. So, we do have the Cruising Louisiana event, and it's a very classic sort of event. We've got to go either to or from the 8 of the cities, no, it's 10 of the cities in Louisiana, and the trip has to be 100 miles, or the equivalent in kilometres, which is about 160 something kilometres. So you can pick 2 up at the same time, or you can pick up just one by going one way or the other, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. So just going to have to work out where we need to go here. I think we're coming up right out of here. God, it's easy to go wrong, and I bet as soon as you go wrong, there's no way back. I guess before we head off, one of the things I was wondering about in the US, I know Florida is a very popular tourist destination, particularly, well, for Canadians. Like, for some reason, Canadians love going to Florida. But for folks in the US, where are your tourist destinations within the US? Where do the US folks go to the same sort of places other than Florida that other folks would go to? That is not a hidden road. I didn't see it. Let me know. I'd be fascinated to hear about that. Anyway, folks, let's have a look where we are on the map. So we've gone through the Dallas area, and now we are heading due east. We're going to go past Longview, who are a great band. If you've never heard of them, they did one album. Brilliant band. And then we will be heading over the border. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be driving out there, and when we come back, we're going to head over the border, and we'll do the final leg of this journey, i.e. all the way from this area here all the way down, and we'll have a good look at this DLC. So I'll see you when we hit Louisiana. now, folks. We are just heading into across the border. Just got 95 miles to go. 1 hour 45 in game, so it's not going to take us an awful lot of time to get there. But I'm expecting to just jump over the border any moment now. This might be it actually. Here on the right. Does it say something there? Welcome to Louisiana. I'll get a little bit closer to fail miserably. Ah, dear. But we need to go straight here. There we go. So what can we say? I mean straight away there isn't any clear difference. I thought Texas looked really good, if I'm honest. I'm not quite sure when Texas was introduced in the game. How far back it was. It feels like it might be quite a long time ago, but it certainly doesn't look like that. I thought like it was a really enjoyable experience driving through Texas. Not what I was expecting at all. There's a lot more trees than I was expecting, which is really interesting. But I guess that's the case. It's so massive that what we think about Texas being is this vast wasteland, a desert, that's probably nothing like the reality. So just got Shreveport. So we've got 1 out of 8 of the Pelican State, and that's the achievement that you need to get. So basically, you need to get 8 of the cities within the DLC. So we got 1 of those. You just need to kind of encounter it, go through it. You don't need to deliver to it. So this will not count for the event, but it will count for the achievement, if that makes sense, folks. So somewhere over there on the left. Ooh, hello. What's that? Is that what we're looking at? It's the Shreveport Pillar and Tower. Very nice. We'll take a picture of the old Shreveport Pillar and Tower. We're going right. It's still incredibly complex. And again, I don't know really what to expect with Louisiana, because again, you've got these kind of ideas of what it is like, but probably that reflects a really small percentage of it, which is a fascinating old thing, really. Because I guess there's a lot more than just the bayous and what have you there. It's going to be, well, a lot more. We'll find out what that a lot more is. But it is very, very interesting that perception and how the perception of what you're expecting does not always go anywhere close to being similar to the reality, or only in a very small percentage of the area. I guess it's kind of like London, isn't it, in the UK? People kind of know what they're expecting in London and expect that to reflect the rest of the UK, whereas actually the rest of the UK is pretty much polar opposite to London. Right, 53 miles to go, just 1 hour to get there, folks. Grand Bayou. So I don't know when we'll start to see the sort of swampland. Almost looks like we're starting to see it here, but not really certain. Let's just have a little look. In the bushes, have a look in the bushes. I gotta say, the lighting in the evenings seems like a little bit dark, and I don't know whether that's because it's winter lighting or what. But let me know your thoughts on that. Do you find that in ETS2? I don't get that. It's really easy to see, but it just feels like it's low. 3 in the afternoon. We're going to be getting there in about 40 minutes, but it just feels a little bit on the dark side. Certainly does when I'm looking at a screen here. Down on the screen that's recording that I can see, it doesn't look quite as dark. So maybe it's just a kind of comparison between the lights and that I've got to light my face up and the screen, and it just makes it look darker. But it does feel like I don't have that quite as much with the other game. Right, where are we going? Oh, that must be Bayou down there. Okay, folks, we're starting to find it. That's the sort of thing I was expecting. I'm gonna see if I can get this as a. Oh, look at that! I should have also said it's the 8th of February when the event finishes for this. I didn't check what the time for the ETS2 event for the Nordic Horizons, whether that's the same time. There's actually more you've got to get done there. But I suspect it's probably quite similar. And let's not forget, we've also got the Christmas event coming as well. So it's going to be like multiple events happening all at the same time. It's going to be hard to kind of keep on top of that and get everything done, particularly as I've got other things that I'm doing at the same time. Right, nothing here, just absolutely zero here. So we're here in the city of Natchitoches. 2 out of 8 for the Pelican State, and this will be our first place picked up for the event. Oh, we've got a lovely little thing here. This is so going to be the... there we go. Right. Took a few photos. That has to be the thumbnail, surely. Now we've got the city name there. Rather... Is that a sort of Native American name? I'm not sure how far Native Americans... I mean, presumably they spread out across the entirety of the states, but... I'm not entirely certain, if I'm being honest. Certainly we're up in Canada. But how far south were they as well? Right, here we go. Oh, he's got his like pickup truck. And here we are in a place that I'm not going to try and pronounce. I've got to spell it for the video description. That should be fun. Right, folks, what have we got with our parking, do we think? Something straightforward or something absolutely beastly? Let me know your thoughts. And also let me know how things have been going for you so far with this DLC. How far have you got with it? What's been your first drive? Everyone let me know their first drive for the Nordic Horizons. But I want to hear what your first drive is for this one. Right, we are going right here. So what are we dropping this off? So it looks like maybe some sort of like fuel holding facility. Well, I've definitely got LPG there. I don't know what this could be. Okay, it's just a 40. Right, so what we might do... Let's go this way. Okay. Around here. And we know if we go this way, then we're going to be able to slot back in down here. We'll be able to see the trailer as we go back, which just makes it just that little bit easier. Right, or something like that. It's longer than you think, this one, though. It is a lot longer than you think, this trailer. Just don't get... No. Just... No. Just couldn't get round quickly enough. Go on, quickly. Go on, swerve. Go on, you can do it. You can do it. Yes, yes. That's good. Oh, I shouldn't celebrate that, but there we go. It's off. Relatively decent length drive that was. So we might get some decent XP from that. 885. Oh, it just doesn't take us to level 9, unfortunately. Still a long way. Need another 4,000 XP to take us there. But we have picked up our first stop in the Cruising Louisiana. We've got the hardest to pronounce of all of the cities. Let's have a quick look at the other sort of jobs that are available from here. Remember, we have to be over 100 miles. So we go right to the smallest here. And so the likes of Shreveport, that's not quite far enough because it's a relatively small state. So we're going to have to go south. Further south than that. That is almost there, but not quite. Yeah, there we go. Alexandria is enough. Or New Orleans. I mean, that feels like the thing to do, isn't it? Next time we go and visit New Orleans. There's also some very cool little bridges in this. There's an achievement associated with that. Oh, don't know what that is. But it looks like we've got some sort of smaller roads out there, which might be fun to do. But I suspect it's down here, isn't it, where like the bayous and things are. So we'll head on down there and see what we can find, folks. Anyway, yeah, in the comments, let me know how you're getting on with this. Where have you been? Where have you started? I want to hear your stories from Louisiana so far. I think I also said I have picked up Arkansas as well, so we've got this to come up to as well. So we're doing pretty well. I mean, the whole of the South and Southwest we've collected. It's just these states here that we haven't done yet, and obviously, given that British Columbia's coming up, we do need to think about that. But it's a long way away. We've got busy times down here. First of all, we're going to have a proper look round. We're going to explore the heck out of this region, and I hope you'll join me in doing this. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to see more trucking videos, check out the playlist, but also check out my ETS2 series, where we've got Nordic Horizons DLC just released as well. So there's a couple of newly released DLCs. It looks immense, so go and check that one out as well. And I'll see you in another video very soon. Goodbye.